Hi guys, so it's an exciting day. We're here at the Philadelphia Flower Show. Usually with a long winter, it's just so exciting to come and see all the plants in bloom and know that spring is just around the corner. This year our winter has been pretty mild, but it's such a great event no matter what. It's so beautiful. So let's go inside and see what's going on.
Wow, so here we are and take a look at the spectacular, colorful entrance here to the flower show, made up of roses and lilies and many other plants, birds of paradise as well. Just all this color to welcome one and make you feel like you just can't wait to get out in the garden. This year's theme is Riviera Holiday, and it's going to feature plants of the Mediterranean. When I think of the Mediterranean, I always think of that beautiful lavender, so I do expect to see a lot of that at the show. The flower show does include native plant displays, but before we get to those, I just want to give you an overview of the show and some of the displays here, especially for those who may never have visited the show before. So I'm going to show you around a little bit about what it contains. This display takes you to the Greek islands right here in Philadelphia. You can think you're in an island in Greece. Just imagine the views and the beach. Imagine yourself in this courtyard. What a lovely view. Maybe a nice place for a glass of wine. And the beautiful walls behind. Beautiful outdoor seating area for a nice, lovely dinner, and surrounded by your own little vegetable garden plants. This lovely arbor is put together from repurposed farm tools and wheels and equipment. Pretty amazing. The structure in the center is actually not a metal one if you look at the one in the back, but that's actually made of ears of corn, dried ears of corn. What? If you've never been to the flower show before, there are all types of competitive classes where people exhibit their plants and compete for ribbons, such as this one for amaryllis. And here we have really everything from amaryllis to orchids to quite a variety of plants competing. The orchids are very popular, and it's just amazing the many different kinds that are available. Probably all different types that you've never seen before can be found here. So this unusual plant, I'm not sure how to pronounce it, Amorphophallus, we're getting an invitation here to smell them, but it actually, you may want to pass up on that. It's a plant that is pollinated by flies. So the smell that I would describe, I guess, is a sort of dead fish smell in order to attract flies to pollinate it. But it sure is unusual and pretty spectacular looking. There are many succulents as well competing in these classes. They're always so lovely to look at and are enjoying such popularity these days. As you watch these scenes, I feel fortunate to have attended the flower show, since within days of this event, our country experienced a historic shutdown of society due to the coronavirus pandemic. As gardeners, we are fortunate to have our personal refuge right outside our front door. A thank you to the medical community, first responders, and the many retail, trucking, distribution, and public service employees who are allowing the rest of us to go about our lives. Let us remember it is these inconspicuous employees who are truly the heroes and vital personnel in our time of crisis the next time they find themselves fighting for an hourly wage increase. Our local parks are now appreciated as never before, since taking walks in them is one of the few permissible activities. Hopefully, The silver lining during this emergency will be that our society will acquire a deeper appreciation for the natural world and want to grow native plants to improve our ecosystems. Coming up, this video will discuss many native plants found at the show and their features. An upcoming Native Plant Channel video will be dedicated solely to discussing research on using straight species of native plants versus using cultivars. I'm also excited that the theme for next year's Philadelphia Flower Show is habitat, so I anticipate that displays will be more focused on how we can use our gardens to create a better world. The flower show has a little bit of everything, including railway gardens.
Hi guys, so we're here with Steve from American Beauty's Native Plants, and Steve is going to tell us about some plants that are great for gardeners who are looking for something to grow in the shade. So we're taking a look at some native plants that will do well in the shade. Steve, can you tell us what you have here?
A few plants that we are growing through the American Beauty's Native Plant Program. This is called Tiarella cordifolia, running tapestry. It is a shade ground cover. It has these white flowers, and its common name is foam flower. So it has these beautiful white flowers in early spring. This is forced a little bit for the flower show, but these will come along in somewhere between late March and early May, so mostly through the month of April. This particular variety is a ground cover, so some of the Tiarella are clumping. This happens to be one that is a runner, and it's great for shade, average garden soil, and hardy in the mid-Atlantic region. Very, very great woodland ground cover. Next we have a plant that works in sun to partial shade. It's called Sherwood Purple Creeping Phlox, or Phlox stolonifera. Again, stolonifera meaning that it runs along the ground. So this will make a great little carpet. One of the nice thing about these plants is that they form a carpet and they can help control some weeds. So we always like to kind of have plants that are doing a good job to hold soil and keeping the weeds back. Again, early spring blooming. This makes a great combination. These two plants are great combined together because they bloom at the same time. And you can imagine a carpet of this beautiful purple blue and the white offset. One of my favorite plants are the coral bells, and these are woodland ground covers also. Heuchera villosa or Heuchera macrorrhiza. And you can see it doesn't have a flower because this flowers this beautiful white flower in the late summer. So if you're looking for something that blooms a little bit later, this is a green form. There's also the bronze wave, which is has more bronze foliage. Why I like to talk about this plant as a woodland ground cover is that a lot of people try to plant grass under trees, or they have typically very dry conditions under trees. These are really, really great for dry shade, which is what a lot of people that are gardeners have problems with, is filling in dry areas in the landscape. So some really great plants to come try. We're here at the Philadelphia Flower Show promoting the native plants.
So I hope that those of you who have shady areas have found some solutions that you can try at home. Thank you. Thank you, Steve. This
You're
is
welcome.
great.
Thanks for telling the public about the wonder of native plants.
One great thing, guys, instead of just planting your usual petunias and begonias in containers, how about trying out some native plants? Here you have some of the Tiarella, the foam flower, and the heucheras as well. So this time, think about putting some native plants in containers as well. Okay, so we're here with Ibrahim, who's a student at Temple University. And Temple has this great display full of native plants. Thanks, Ibrahim. I'm really happy that you're going to be able to take us around and tell us about these plants today.
Absolutely.
All right, let's go on a tour.
So this is the Geranium maculatum, the espresso cultivar, commonly called the spotted geranium. It is a plant that you would see in woodlands. It grows in the shade, part shade, and it has this beautiful dark, almost dark purple foliage, beautiful flowers. You'll see its flowers throughout late spring and a little bit of the summer as well. So this is the Chionanthus virginicus fringe tree. It's a lovely spring and summer flowering, almost shrub. It's named fringe tree, but it's really more shrub shaped. It has its flowers have a beautiful smell. It smells great, especially on a humid day where you can really get the aroma of the flowers. Yeah, and it has beautiful green foliage as well. So this is the Baptisia australis, the blue false indigo. It is a legume plant. It makes a great plant in a meadow. It has beautiful purple flowers, great foliage. And since it's a legume, it's technically edible, but probably doesn't taste very good because people don't usually eat it. So this is the semifuga plant. It's a great woodland plant. You'll see it growing in the understory of woodlands. It has this beautiful white spike inflorescence. So this is the Cercis canadensis, Ace of Hearts cultivar. It's the eastern redbud. This particular cultivar has a heavy inflorescence, has a lot of flowers, and this tree flowers before it grows. It flowers in the early spring before it grows leaves, and you can start to see its foliage coming out. This tree is the Allegheny serviceberry, a native plant. Its Latin name is Amelanchier laevius. It has beautiful flowers, but very delicious berries as well, which can be used to make juices or for jams. You'll see the fruit throughout the summer and the flowers mainly in the spring. Our theme for this year is on gardening, which is basically the concept of letting your garden take shape naturally, leaving what's there naturally. So this is an example of reusing a half log of a tree that fell and just leaving it in the landscape and having plants grow around it and having it become a habitat for other animals. So this is the Fothergillea gardeniae, the dwarf Fothergillea. This Fothergillea doesn't grow very tall, but it has very delicious smelling flowers, and it's a great plant for pollinators. Okay, so this is the Symplocarpus foetidus plant. It's commonly called the skunk cabbage, and it's one of the unique plants in the spring that has an ability called thermogenesis, where the inflorescence, the flower, can generate heat of its own and melt the snow off of the flowers. And it's called skunk cabbage because it smells like dead meat, its flowers, and that's what attracts the pollinators to it. And it's actually also edible if you boil it in water. Not too many people eat it, but it is edible. This is the Aronia melanocarpa, and this is the Viking cultivar. So it's called the black chokeberry, and if you go to a place like Whole Foods in the summer, they'll have a juice made out of its fruit. Its berries are very delicious, and it has beautiful flowers as well.
Well, thank you, Ibrahim, for such information that you gave us today. Thank you for your time. I really appreciate it.
Thank you for coming through.
And I hope that you've gained inspiration, so many native plants that you can use in your garden and help improve our world. Your garden is very valuable in doing this.